Hey everybody, this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review of 90 Day Fiancé. We're going to be talking specifically in this episode, okay, of Greta and Matthew. And I'm telling you, this was a complete and total humdinger. I'll be right back. Let's talk about it.
A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers and my nieces and nephews. All along, you have been here through the long. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for auntie advice. Sweet old. It's time for auntie advice. It's time for auntie
Hey y'all, let's talk about Greta and Matt on 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way, Season 7, Episode 5. So as we all know, this girl has fantasized this relationship with Matt. And I mean, when I say fantasize this relationship with Matt, she's completely fantasized this relationship with Matt. And then when reality hits her, she's overwhelmed and stressed out. So in this episode, we saw her as she is making her way to his home. She says that he lives in like a little cottage city, and she's romanticizing it, and she feels like she's living out a storybook. And I was like, exactly. She says she feels like she's living out a fantasy. I said, exactly. That's exactly what's happening in this relationship, which is why she would leave her cat that she loves so much that took her 14 hours to say goodbye to. All this drama to fly out to another part of the world to be with someone who lives at home with their parents and ain't making room for her. Now, of course, they have a discussion about that daggone thing, but this is a fantasy that she's living in. So, she's on her way out there and everything. She's given up all her worldly possessions, but she only got 2 suitcases. Make that make sense. She had 2 suitcases. She was traveling and she said that she was sweating more than she thought she was going to sweat. And I'm thinking, I know that train got a bathroom. They have wipes because I travel with them that you can put in your bag. And they are like washcloths, literally washcloths that you can wash your and your underarms with. Like you can do it, girl. I promise you, you can do it. She already knows that this guy cannot fulfill her reality. Yes, he's a dream, but that's all Matt is. Shall buy. When I say that they airbrushed out this picture that the both of them are in, this is an airbrush picture if I ain't never seen one. Anyway, she gets there. He greets her at the train station. She hugs him. He has his hair cut differently, and she notices it. And he automatically notices that she stinks. And straight told her to her face, I can tell you've been traveling for a long time because you stink. How embarrassing. Was he said she smelled like beer. Like was it the bottom part or like up underneath the pits, or was it both? Because she had already said that she had been sweating a lot, right? And my whole thing is, so you knew you was stinking. You mean to tell me that you was up underneath other people traveling for hours? Oh, child probably walking back and forth to the bathroom, and the people sitting in the back by the bathroom got this smell. Like, boo, if he can smell you, everybody smelled that you was stinking. I was like, oh my God. Like, there are so many ways, y'all. When I say so many ways, there are so many ways of cleaning yourself now. There's no excuse to say, I did not have soap and water. He is in the car with her. He was like, God, I mean, you really stink. I mean, riding down the street with the windows down in like 30-degree weather is what I would have been doing. Cause ain't nowhere in the world nobody wants to smell somebody else's body odor. And it's just absolutely, she's embarrassed by the fact that he says something about how she smelled, but she tried to overlook it and shake it off, but she was absolutely embarrassed. As they walk out, right, the whole vibe is awkward between the two of them. Like, seriously. And ain't no need of her being defensive about it because you stink, you stink. Greta wants assurance from him, right? Um, about their life. Now, mind you, when she got off, she said that when she got off and decided to do this, she said that she was living in her fantasy world. I mean, she was living and she felt like she was in a romance novel or something like that. But then later on, we hear her say that, this isn't what she's ready for. This isn't like, I'm like, you can't have it both ways. So of course, they in the car and they having like little small talk, but you could tell that it's the tension is in the air between the two of them. Matthew tries to stay low key, stay on the same thing, right? And it's just an awkward situation between the two of them. Um, he stays a bit teasing and kind of critical of her, and in my opinion, this set the tone right for later on about their personal habits and the comfort, right? So we get to Matthew's house. Now she says that she's been to Matthew's what 3-4 times, so she know how small it was up in that camp. First of all, she resentful because he didn't kept his pad, and she already knew how small it was in there. You ain't gonna tell me that she hasn't been there 3 to 4 times and she didn't know how small it was. She had talked to him multiple occasions already, trying to figure out whether or not he's found a place. He already told her he ain't find, and he don't plan on finding. He don't plan on it, right? So now here she is, right, in an awkward place. She done gave up everything, and now she don't have no room in the house. And I don't think Matthew is really happy about her being there. I don't know why they faking. I don't know if they faking for the show, y'all, or what it is, but it's just something off. Y'all let me know down in the comment section because I want to know whether or not y'all feel like they did this for the show. Like, what are they gaining out of this? Because it doesn't really seem like a loving relationship. Of course, the cat situation comes back up again. Greta, talks about her sacrificing her cat to move yet Matt should have really basically sacrificed his, and it is basically causing some things, right? And so she wants emotional support from him, and basically when they get into the bedroom and stuff like that, they get in the house. She already knew it was small. She said that she's right down the how awkward it is going to be for them to make love with one another. because the stuff that she like to do, she can't be quiet, I guess. And so next thing you know, she's in the bedroom, right? They show us the bedroom, y'all. For some reason, my thing is down, but I'll make it. It's up. Hopefully, it'll come back up. She gets in the room. He barely got enough room for his daggone self. I don't know why, but when I look at this young lady, Greta, I feel secondhand embarrassment. Like I'm embarrassed for this girl that she is this naive or either this desperate. I can't figure out which one it is. But when we got in that room and he had clothes hanging on the rack, and the room was tight. He had not cleaned up, not organized anything. So for her, she's like, okay, he didn't even make any preparation or make space for me. And if you're going to be sharing your place with somebody, you need to make space for the person, have some room in the closet, a set aside place for them. He had nothing. And both of them in this tiny box, they up against each other, kind of like moving, like this so that one could get past the other one. He had, told her that, these particular drawers in the dresser were for her. And child, when she went to go in them, he still has stuff in them. He ain't did nothing for her. He has done nothing. She said, just these drawers for me? He said, yeah. But the drawers were about, let me see how big the drawers was about. It looked like it could fit this in it. What's going to go in here? You desperately can't have socks in it, bras, panties. Like, what is she supposed to put? He gave her $3. She said, well, do you think that you can manage to give me four? They was like little cubbies. Then it was disorganized. She said, well, where am I put my shoes? He said, you could put them down there. Child, where they show where the shoes had to go was just a hot, oh my God. It was a hot mess express. She's like, where am I supposed to put my shoes? So she's basically going to be living out of her suitcase. So she was like, you know what? I really need some space away from you. I need some space away from you right now. So can you go ahead on the roll out, right? So he rolls out and she in there having a breakdown. And I would have too. However, I would have too if I had convinced myself that I was going to be living in this letter like beautiful. I don't know. Hold on for a second, y'all. Okay, she thought she. What you think you hear, Maisie? Just lay down. She thinks that she is going to have this beautiful life in the cottage in a little quaint town, sipping coffee in the morning, watching the sunrise, beautiful sunsets in the evening. Child, she is delusional. And she's stinking. First of all, she should have taken a shower, unloaded in the shower, right? Then came in and started dealing with the stuff because when you're traveling like that, right? You just want to get that day off of you. You want to get that travel feel, that travel smell. I don't know, how many of y'all travel and stuff like that. But when I travel, the first thing I want to do is just get off all of those clothes that have been sitting on a seat where someone else has already probably sat on the rails and stuff like that. I have sprays and Lysol. My friends make fun of me because when I travel, I do my clean. Let me show y'all what I always have in every. Let me show y'all what I always have in every suitcase, backpack. Hold on, let me get it. Y'all stay calm. everywhere. I travel. If y'all want me to, I'll put a link in the. I travel with this everywhere. I don't care how many people on the plane, train, or automobile. I am traveling with a can of this Lysol air sanitizer. My best friend. I spray it. My friends be like, "Oh my god, here she come! There she go!" I spray my seats down. I spray the arms of the craft down. Like I spray everything. I spray the floor down. Now, not with this, right? I put this in the air, but I have Lysol, and I also have my other one. I can't even think of the name of it. I ain't gonna go nowhere without it. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. I got my Lysol air sanitizer. And if I had been sitting beside her, I would have really been. Would you say, Auntie, is that like the lady on? I don't know. I have no idea who you're talking about. Dee said, I have a whole bag of cleaning supplies when I'm vacationing. But I spray this. I spray this in the air. This is a air cleaner. We need to talk about the other gadgets. I want the air to be clean where I'm at. hmm And then, like, if I get on the Amtrak, if I get on the Amtrak and people are getting on and off at different stations, I spray it. Because I don't know if you're coughing and hacking because you got an allergy, or you're coughing and hacking because you're contagious with something. I just ain't going to play with it. Anyway, let me get back to the. They definitely have, some issues that are going on in their relationship, and it is just very, very sad. And I don't know why she went. I don't know whether or not this couple was going to stay together, how long they really, really been together, because a lot of this stuff be a whole bunch of bull crap. We don't know what we watching, but that's my review on them. I ain't going to spend another further because we got a couple of other people to talk about. Can y'all wait to get together and talk about Jenny? Y'all, that was a devastating scene right there. And we going to get into it coming up next. I love y'all. Don't make sure y'all subscribe, and if you subscribe, make sure you turn your notification bells on so that when I go live, you go live right along with me. Okay, let's do it.